Hello students, today I am going to take you through capitalism and advertising industry. Before I proceed, I am going to take you through what is profit over people. What are its association between people, their needs, and business motive? At first, what is capitalism? What are its natures and its implication? It is basically an economic system that aims to generate profit through the sale of product and services. As a result, certain economic inequalities occur. Particularly, the wealthy becomes more wealthy. What they do is they take care of the entire production and take control. They are the ones they rule the market. What are its association? Association of goods and with social and personal meaning is called fetishism of commodities. The term fetish originally described objects that were seen to possess magical properties in indigenous culture. For example, the Chinese frog that apparently helps or brings wealth to the family. Advertising actually infuses mundane goods with magical properties to make them more attractive. They give more attraction to products like this. However, in this process, the desire and the need changes. The consumer finds it tough to understand what they want and what they desire. Most importantly, what they need and what they desire. There is a dilemma in consumers' mind. Objects have come to mediate interaction between people as Marx predicted. He said, "We don't know how the bottle was produced, and when it is infused, a new meaning is added." Objects have come to mediate interactions between people. Example, Sam buys a bottle of wine, which represents more than intoxicating fermented grape juice, but a way to communicate social message. It is done by stripping goods of original meaning. Example, as I said, we don't know how the bottle was produced. Marketing la dolce vita. Transition from vision to mission. I'll take you through a very interesting slide going forward. But before that, what is marketing's job? To actually describe it very straight, marketing's job is to create real value for some defined group. As we all know, marketing mix is very important to integrate to a good business model, particularly a brand. It is also called 4 P's of marketing. First one being product, price, place, and promotion. What is product? Product is first developing a very attractive product or service. More than attractive, we need to first understand if that product is actually required for the set of customers we are going to cater or we are planning to cater. That is very important. More than attractive, we need to first understand if that product or service is making sense. The first one being from the marketing mix is product. It's basically developing a product or service. Going forward, the next most important thing is, as per the product, we need to understand what is the price that we are giving and what is the price. And we need to check if the price is right or wrong. Third thing being place. Where are we going to place it for selling it? We need to then understand who are our audience and where are we going to place the product. For an example, a very small example that I'm going to give you guys today is we are selling a food supplement brand. Food supplement is basically for people who are into fitness. But if we go and position it or place it in a medicine house, that is not going to work. However, we know the fitness enthusiast generally comes to places where you get fitness equipment. Hence, that is the place where we can push the product. This is one simple example, but I'm sure if you go and research, you will have many more to understand the placement of the product and how it is so important. The last one being promotion. Of course, we need to go to people to make them understand. We need to promote, we need to advertise. Promotion is so that the intended market or the community we are planning to cater or the set of consumers we are going to cater, if they know about the product's existence or not. We can only sell the product if our customer know the existence of it. However, the promotion is, again, according to me, is the most important thing, is because the product, price, and place will only make sense when we promote the particular product. A company should not set the marketing mix until it determines which customers it wants to reach, serve, and satisfy. A company can't win over customers until and unless they don't understand the market. A company can only win the customers if it's a monopoly market. But, however, company needs to choose a specific community, a specific category of customers and create the marketing mix. Awareness of the community at large, and they need to understand what are the values of the customers and what are the beliefs. Only then we can push our product. What should be our mission? Mission in the sense, what is our ambition as a brand? Wealth, wellness, well-being, and wisdom. What is wealth? The first one. The company hopes to acquire economic wealth. Of course, that is very important for a company to survive. But how? Through its activities. What is wellness? Enlightened companies will also want to contribute to environmental wellness. What is well-being? Enlightened companies will also want to contribute to well-being of customers. And wisdom is to contribute to human wisdom. So before I end talking about wealth, wellness, well-being, wisdom, which is equally important as 4 P's were important, I consider 4 W's are also very important when you want to grow as a brand with the customers. The company hopes to acquire economic wealth, profits through its activities. Enlightened companies will also want to contribute to environmental wellness, social well-being, and human wisdom. That's what I call the 4 W's. The company can focus on either itself, its stakeholders, or the global world as a whole. The companies can be judged by the customers or the public on whether it developed a better product, more satisfied customers, or created a better world. What is advertising? I have a very simple definition to it. I think this is one definition that if you want to pursue advertising in future as a career, you should always remember. Yeah, there are a lot of long conversations, long paragraphs, long definitions about advertising, but it is a very simple thing and it is defined in a very simple way. Advertising is a story well told. That's how I define advertising. However, just to take you through it and make you understand better, I'll just tell you a few more things about advertising and how it operates in an agency. Advertising is, of course, a story well told. Gone are those days when we used to build stories which were not relevant, or we used to con customers saying different and not so true stories about the product or the services. Now in this era where customers are so smart and they're so well informed, it is very well needed and it is very important what we are saying is correct and how we are reaching to them is correct. Because at the end of the day, it is very important that we as a brand sustain. Advertising is a means of communication with the users of a product or service. Advertising are messages paid for by those who send them and are intended to inform or influence people who receive them. Advertising is always present. Though people may not be aware of it, In today's world, advertising uses every possible medium, like digital, like offline, OH, kiosk, television, etc. Everything. We have ATL, we have BTL, we have TTL, and the full form is above the line, below the line, and through the line. Going forward, I will also take you through that. So these are the mediums, these are the various media, of course, magazines, newspapers, journals, etc., radio, internet. These are like everywhere. Also with that, there are direct selling, like contests, sponsorship, like, in the form of various events we see in shopping malls or other places, in new launches stores. We have even clothes, events, colors, sound, visual, everything. It's vast. It's 365 degree. The advertising industry are made of companies that advertise agency that create advertising, media that carries the ad, and a host of people like copy editors, production guys, studio guys, client servicing people, strategy planners. Most importantly, we have 4 departments in an advertising agency. One being client servicing, who are the mediators between the brand and the agency. They are the main brand custodian. They are the ones who need to understand what a client requires, what a brand requires, and then communicate. Then they take the brief, they understand the requirement. There are times when brand even doesn't understand what they want. Then we comes as advertising people who are into client servicing, and they actually understand what they require. They go to the creative department, and the creative department is again divided into 2 parts, copy team and art team. They go and they brief the team. They are the ones who are the creators, and then they go to the production team who actually make the final product ready, and then the media houses, the release agency who release it and air it for the people to consume it. Moving forward, I'll take you through what a catalyst means. Catalysts basically are the ones who create brand identity, forms to of-the-mind perception, best medium to connect with customers. They are the ones who will help you have a good word of mouth of the brand and help that sustain. Advertising helps change outdated or negative perceptions of your business if needed. Advertising can also increase visibility within your industry, helping you attract partners that can expand your business. Indirectly, advertising helps you grow word of mouth, as I said previously, and make lot of referrals. The newer customers you gain through advertising, the more word of mouth those customers in turn will share with others. What are the main objectives of advertising? Everything has an objective. Every role we play in our life has an objective. So what are the role of advertising? What are the objectives? What are the main objectives of advertising? Today I'm going to take you through 4 objectives which are most important, and it is: number 1, trial; number 2, continuity; number 3, brand switch; number 4, switching back. I will very simply articulate all these 4 objectives to you so that it is very easier for you guys to understand and implement it. What is trial? It is basically an introductory stage, where trial is the one that involves convincing customers to buy your product or service. That is the first stage of advertising. Second being continuity. Once you get the customers on board or the consumers on board, it is very important for the brand to sustain them. So from the trial one, you convert the customers, and then you will have to continue being with them. You need to have them continue be with you. Keeping the existing customers stuck with the product or service, it is very important what new you are bringing on the table for them and how evolved as a brand you are, because newness is very important. Third being brand switch. There are times, this is basically an objective where those companies who want to attract their competitors' customers. Sometimes we as a brand, we also want to have and convert new customers on board. Then we try and get customers from our competition brand. And how do we do that? Of course, showing them a better product and service. This is brand switch. Fourth one being switching back. There are times in the process of business, we sometimes lose our existing customers, a certain percentage. Then we again want them back in our lives, in our brand. Objective is for companies who want their previous customers back, who have switched to their competitors, is what switching back is. Now I will take you the importance of advertising. Importance of advertising, first point. Advertising is very important for customers. If you being a customer, you are not exposed or evolved, or you don't know what it is going around you, it is very difficult for you. What you need, the products, what you need, the services, it is very important that we reach to you. Advertising helps you, educate you about the product, about the services. You watch a TV, you open a newspaper, you go through a magazine or internet. Unless you are not exposed to advertising, you will not know about the new products that is coming your way, about the new happenings that is happening in and around. COVID being one example where we were hooked on the television or we are hooked on the social media, because that time we literally started to own our screens. That was a time when we actually explored so many products. I'll just tell you about a very small example, a very small experience that I have gone through. Since I'm so exposed to social media, Amazon is doing a very interesting thing. These days, I think Instagram and Facebook has also become a very important space for advertisers. They showcase a lot of products. I have come across a lot of interesting products from Amazon where I never thought that I will ever see, or these are the things that I need. Advertising also help you understand what you actually need in terms of products and services. That certain times we need something and we don't understand and know what we need unless and until we don't see that product and we don't see that services. Second point being, advertising is important for sellers and companies producing the products. Let's move to the other side, the brand side, where they are making product and services just for the consumers. If they are making a product and a service to cater to the audience, unless they don't advertise it, how will the consumers know? On that basis, I think advertising plays a very important role for taking the brand's product and services reach to the next level and the final level, that is the targeted consumers. Third thing being, advertising is also important for society, because that is how we also know the societal happenings that is happening in and around us, like child labor, child marriage, etc. What is a post-globalization scenario of capitalism? As I previously said, capitalism as an economic system was first debuted in the 14th century. Existed in the three different historical epochs before it evolved into the global capitalism. How New Deal capitalism changed to the neoliberal and global model. What are the foundation? Foundation was led in the aftermath of World War II. At the Bretton Woods Conference took place in the year 1944. Conference were attended by a lot of allied nations, and goal was to create a new internationally integrated system of trade and finance that would foster the rebuilding of lot of nations which was devastated by the war. Fixed exchange rates based on the value of US dollars were agreed upon by the people who were there in the conference. They also created two banks, International Monetary Fund, IMF, and the International Bank of Reconstruction and Development, which is now under World Bank, just to manage the agreed upon policies and of finance and trade management. General Agreement on Tariffs and Trade, GATT, was established in the year 1947 to foster free trade between member nations premised on low to non-existent import and export tariffs. Also, the regulation of finance, corporation, and social welfare programs defined the tired epoch's New Deal capitalism during much of the 20th century. The state interventions, including the institution of minimum wage and support for labor, also played a very important role. These are vast, and you guys really need to deep dive it and research more to understand what it is all about, and also the foundation of capitalism. What is New Age capitalism and the advertising industry? In step with the globalization of big clients and the media carrying their advertising, the advertising business itself has become highly globalized in its organization. The real crescendo of the present era was the 1980s when the UK, France, and Japan-based agencies buoyed with the stock market financialization and bought out several Madison Avenue agencies. Post that, a new level of ownership and management was formed in the form of the global advertising group called the Mega Group. The world advertising industry has since evolved into a small number of complexly integrated holding groups. Incorporate creatives, media buying, businesses in a series of related marketing disciplines, market research, direct mails, digital, public relations, events, etc. These structures are a manifestation of how integrated marketing communication have actually taken over the media-centric advertising of the past. Thank you so much. This was the gist of what I wanted to take you through. If you have any other questions, you can write to me at vendrilla92.shaha@gmail.com. Thank you.